Welcome back to my morning pot analysis videos on Tuesday 5th of February with me, Japan market analyst at Hantec Markets, looking at euro dollar, which has drifted back. It's actually formed a few negative candles really. Consistently the candles are closing towards the low of the day. You've been putting pressure on that 1420 pivot line and you're basically trading around that, although you sort of ticked a little bit below that initially this morning, just prior to the services sector PMIs that came out reasonably positively actually for the Eurozone, surprisingly. So the Euro ticked a shade higher on the back of that, but 1420 is crucial, and it's basically where we're trading now. On a near-term basis, that is the pivot. You can see that on the hourly chart. And I've drawn in this little downtrend. You can see this sort of trend lower that is starting to form. You're trading underneath all the moving averages. You've got momentum indicators which are now edging in the low 30s, hitting 30. So it suggests that momentum is still deteriorating, and you can see that through the MACD lines on the hourly as well, where they're now below neutral and sort of failing to get above it. The hourly RSI, thinking about it, is failing at 50, so rallies are being sold into. It all sort of suggests that downside pressure is growing, and stochastics as well failing at 50, crossing lower. So it's all sort of looking towards selling into a near-term strength, and a move below 1420, certainly on a closing basis, sort of sends at best a neutral signal. At worst, a move below 1390 would then start to sort of generate momentum back towards the lower reaches of this trading range in the last few months, towards the 13 big figure level, and that would be where we'd sort of end up, I think, if we did lose 1390. You've got the momentum indicators on the daily chart which have lost their impetus. They're now starting to track lower. On that RSI this morning, it had been flat. It's now, with this morning's move of sort of 15-20 pips lower, it's now sort of tracking lower. Stochastics are about to cross lower as well. That again doesn't add especially a great tilt to the outlook either. So below 1420 you're looking increasingly as though we're sort of pulling towards the 13 figure area once more, so be careful with that. Yeah, it's looking a little bit more negative as we sort of come into today's session. So I wish you good luck in trading today, and I'll speak to you later.